What is up? What is up, everybody? What's up? It's your friend and awesome pal, Coach Seth, and I'm here with Coach Christy. Hey, Coach Christy. Oh, wait, that way.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you. How about you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. I'm doing well today. Thank you so much. So, as per usual, this is our live our live mastermind video that we do each week. I know we didn't do a video last week because of the holiday. Hope everyone had a fantastic holiday. You made it an amazing holiday, but you also were safe. Okay, so and I cannot believe it. We are in the last week of 2020, y'all. Okay,
Right.
it's December. What are we? December 29th. Good Lord. I cannot believe it. We're gonna, it's almost New Year's. Woohoo! I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
Yeah. This definitely has been a year to remember or not.
I know. It's like, do we want to remember this year or do we not? It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know. But that's kind of what we're going to talk about, because we're really going to talk about this idea of kind of moving forward into 2021,
Mhm.
and how important that is, so if you saw the title for this video, it's called 2021 Visions. So we're going to chat about kind of what it means to kind of get clear on our visions for 2021.
Right.
Okay. Because it's extremely important for all of us. Now, this concept of getting clear, okay, what does actually getting clear mean? Getting clear means knowing 100% what your result is on anything you do. That's really what getting clear means.
hmm
Okay. So, and Christy, I know you had kind of wanted to say something a little bit about that.
Well, and we think about result and what result is. It's basically starting with the the end in mind. Um, what your main goal is, right?
Exactly.
And in a way, you're kind of working backward, but we're not going to work backward um, to a T. We're going to start with something else, and we're going to kind of work in phases, if you will.
Exactly.
So really, this is anybody that is starting a business, or maybe relaunching their business, or maybe they're just going to start. I don't know. It just really depends on your situation. And
Mhm.
also, the phases that we're going to be going into is going to be dependent on you and your business.
Exactly.
So I know with Seth, you have digital products, and I have
Mhm.
physical. Or I will have physical
We'll
products,
have physical. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So we're
Yeah.
going to talk in a sense of the differences between the two. So if you have an idea,
Mhm.
and one of these, for both of us resonates with you, stay tuned and write down some notes, because this is pertinent for your business. You don't want to start a business in one day and launch in one day, do a launch in one day, and have all your marketing done in one day. So it's going to be, first of all, overwhelming for you, and you're not
Exactly.
going to make it. You're not going to make it.
No,
So
no, no.
you definitely need to do this plan, and that's one of the reasons why we have this vision. That's why we're setting our goals for the 2021 and our vision. So
Exactly. Yeah. I know. And yeah, so we're as Christy was saying, we're going to be talking about this in kind of vision phases
mhm,
today. And it's important to always know that not everyone's, journey or not everyone's phase is going to look the same.
mhm,
Okay, these phases that we're going to talk about here. Um, but always begin with the end in mind. Okay, because we may have a goal. We may set like a monthly goal for ourselves. So we say we want to make 10K a month. All right, awesome. That is a great goal to have. Okay, but if you start from, okay, I want to have 10K a month, you need to have that always in the back of your mind. So when you're taking action steps toward it, are you taking consistent action steps each day to get to that 10K mark?
absolutely.
Okay. So again, that's why we begin with the end in mind. If we have a yearly goal of we want to make 5 figures this year, inside of our business, are you doing daily steps each day that will take you to that 5 figure a year mark? All right. So what we're going to do, as we talked about, was we're going to break this down into stages. We're going to break this down. This is what we're calling our 2021 vision phases. Okay. And we're kind of going to give you guys an examples from our kind of phases for our 2021 in a sense, if you will.
Love it.
Okay. So yes. Okay. So the first thing that, if we have any type of goal, any type of vision, we need to prepare for it. Okay. And that's what phase 1 is. Phase 1 is the preparation phase. So our preparation begins. Okay. So Christy, why don't you kind of talk about what your example is with your business?
Yeah, for sure. So for me, and it's like I say, it's different for everybody. I know Seth, yours is going to be a little bit different from mine, but I am launching physical products, and it's in the beauty industry. And so I am setting aside 3 months to prep for my business. And this means to me getting back to basics. It includes cleaning up any debts that I have, or any little debts that I have. If I have a big debt, I have a student loan debt, that's pretty big. But at least I'm putting a dent into that, so it doesn't seem as overwhelming. But I'm clearing up my debts, getting clear. And what I mean by clear is getting 100% sure and finish and just clean up any like excess stuff going, into this phase. So my health, is one of them. Mindset is one. Training, research. Maybe you want to research on certain things, like how to make things, or how to do this and that. Finances. I did talk about finances just a minute ago, but like understanding kind of where you fall in your finances, understanding financial literacy, those kinds of things. So that's, for me, that's the prep phase. And notice for me that I didn't talk about a business yet in this phase.
That's true.
It's a longer process. It feels like it's a longer process because, you want to get to that. You want to get to the physical part of your business really fast. But that's for me. And if you're doing a physical product, even it could lead to disaster because you haven't made that preparation.
That's true.
For your business. I mean, it's like like I say, it's a pre towards your business. So prepare, make that preparation. And, that's the, and mine is 3 months. So mine is January, February, March. So during those 3 months, I'm getting clear on my debts. I'm getting clear on my health. I'm getting clear on my, maybe even planning, those kinds of things. So
that's great.
So yeah, what about you? Right?
Awesome.
Here we go. Right. What about you, Seth?
That's awesome. Well, for me, as you were saying, Christy does a lot more, as she said, physical products. For me, it's a lot more digital products, and I do have a definite vision actually for 2021. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll know it actually involves one of my my academy actually that I have built, and the preparation definitely for this is definitely doing a lot of research on a lot of other membership business models. Also definitely mindset as well. My mindset is also a definite one, when it comes to preparation, as well as reading, as well as doing a lot of learning. One of the things I talk about and do a lot of the time is I'm constantly learning and constantly watching, other amazing entrepreneurs that have had these amazing, digital businesses. Okay. So definitely doing, a lot of watching, a lot of learning, getting on webinars, getting on different trainings, and making sure that my skill set is sharp. Okay. So that's where the preparation begins, figuring out, if I want to put, any of my own courses, into the membership site, any more of them, any trainings, figuring out, levels, there's just a lot of preparation that goes into this. And for me, I've actually been doing this for the past 2 months, actually, and I'm going to hopefully be launching this in January. So hopefully, probably also in February. So So mine is probably about 2.5 months for my preparation, actually. So preparation is extremely, extremely important. Okay, because again, you can't just think about this in one day and go, "Oh, I'm gonna launch this tomorrow." It's like, say what? So it takes a lot. It takes a lot of preparation work. All right. So the next phase, for the purposes of this video and our training for today, is called the pre-action phase. All right. Now, Chrissy, what does that mean inside of your business?
So because I have physical products, it will be, you can dub it as pre-launch as well. So pre-launch, because, in a way you're launching, you will eventually launch a product, and it can be a product that you've made yourself, created yourself, physical product. In my case, it's a beauty industry, or it could be something that that's already on the market, and they just kind of do, like you can do for drop shipping or that kind of thing. Right. But it is like where you can actually, it's tangible. You can hold it in your hand if you had to, right? So really, this phase is prepping for your business. So the first phase was prepping for you, and in my case, getting clear on a lot of things for you, so that way when you go into your pre-action or pre-launch phase, you don't have any of that kind of extra baggage coming in with you, if that makes sense, right? So pre-launch includes doing a lot of research on your products, creating your products. It could be creating the packaging, because I know that there's a lot of work that goes into making boxes for your products, or making, or like making, just making it look nice, so when you do sell them, they, people remember you by how you've packaged your product. Right. Coming up with different formulas if you're making a beauty brand or a beauty product or something like that. Just things like that. And also during your pre-launch, this is the very beginning of your pre-launch, you want to create your launch date. So that way, when your next phase rolls around, which is, you'll probably guess what that phase is pretty soon, you'll have it ready to go. You'll know that you've got this date that you're gearing up for, right? So choose your launch date in the very beginning of your pre-launch or pre-action phase. And then really anything else that goes into prepping for your business, prepping your products and things like that, the marketing, specifically for that, those kinds of things, you're building that relationship in phase 2. So that when you launch and you have that launch day, you're gonna be rolling in the dough. That's the goal, right? Yes. That day, you want to create your brand. You're creating your brand inside of phase 2, basically.
That's right.
So that's for the physical part of it, physical products of it. So.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And interestingly enough, in the digital space, a lot of that is almost the same. Pretty much. Figuring out, kind of designing courses. For me, in my case, designing courses, maybe starting to put them inside of the model that I'm figuring out that I want to use, for my academy. Again, as you also said, getting your brand out there, starting to, gain some interest, figuring out, traffic generation. And while I'm on the subject of traffic generation, I just have to say, if you're promoting traffic, you're doing any type of lead generation, and I'm very passionate about this. I know I'm getting a little off track, but I'm going to tell you right now, pick one form of traffic generation, please. Just pick one, master it, and then go on to something else. Don't do 3 or 4 at a time, because all that's going to do is mess you up. That may be just me, but that's the
full truth. That's the full truth. And I think when we get into the 4th phase, we're going to get further into that too, because because you do want to stay with one thing, and that applies to every area.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah,
Yes.
no, that's totally relevant. Believe me.
Yeah, definitely. But as I'm saying, inside of this phase, it's all about creating, for me, creating the marketing, creating the branding, of the courses that I want to put, maybe starting to put them inside of the model that I want to do. That's all, in the pre-action phase. And then again, as you were talking about, figuring out the launch date, figuring out what date, I want to actually, launch this to the public. In my case, I'd probably do, some kind of a webinar or some kind of training in order to start introducing it to everyone, and then maybe put a date, on there, that it's actually going to launch. Okay. So yeah, the pre-action phase, that's probably one of my favorite phases. Okay. And personally. Okay.
No, I agree too, because you get to create.
Exactly. And I'm creative. I mean, my horoscope, I'm a Pisces, I'm a fish. Pisces are very creative people. So the more I get to create, the more creative I get to be, the better, for me. So, yeah. Wow. So we've talked about the preparation. We've talked about the pre-action. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you've been watching this, you can probably think what the next phase is going to be. It's called action. It's called lights, camera, action phase. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? That's actually quite relevant too. Lights. What was it? Lights, camera,
action.
Yeah. Right. So lights is your prep
phase. So setting up the actual camera, and then actually, I love it.
And then you start. Oh, that's really good. That's a good one. I like it.
I like that. There we go. Think of it as that if you need to. There you go.
That's good. Yeah, totally use that. And that if that makes it more simpler for you, then for sure do that. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. I mean, hey, if you need to think about it in that respect, that's great. Lights, camera, action. Okay, this is the action phase. This is where you actually start to launch. Whatever it is that you're going to do. You took all that action before in the prep phase, the pre-action phase. That was really the taking massive action. You're now at the action phase where you're taking the most massive action that you can take. Okay. For some people, this would maybe mean starting to actually get out of that comfort zone. Okay. So, you're actually launching, your course, your product, your physical product, your digital product, whatever it is. Okay. You're launching it. It's gone public. You're going, oh my Lord. Then comes the anxiety in some people's cases. Okay. But that action phase is powerful. So,
and it's understandable that there could be some nerves around that, because you spent all this hard work on creating a brand and building this up, and you think, and you probably are it's probably true, but you think it's an amazing product, and it probably is. But the nerves are when, you just are not sure how people are going to react towards what you have out there. Chances are it's awesome, but
definitely.
That's definitely understandable. Trust me, I know that. I'm sure that I'm going to feel that way in phase 3. On my site, or those questions, those looming questions that we have. Mm-hmm. But phase 1 or phase 3 action, also launch, is the same kind of term too. This is where you definitely need to have that date in mind of like when that product is going live. So, in a digital sense and also in a physical sense as well.
Definitely. And as you were saying, it's okay to, to have those nerves, to have that anxiety. It's okay to have that. But the thing is, you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're going, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this on this date. This is my launch date, and I'm going to do this on this date. You got out of that comfort zone and you did it. And that's key. All right. And that's one of the most powerful phases. All right?
Absolutely. And it's basically like a jumping off point. So imagine yourself on a high dive, when you go jump into the pool on a high diving board.
Oh, yeah.
You off from that point, but that doesn't mean that you stop there. There's other, you can do basically different benchmarks along the way. You
Exactly.
know, so like, you know, we're in the action phase right now, but you can have many actions inside of that phase.
That's true.
So
That is
like
very true.
action, and then you can have your mini actions. So like in my case, it would be maybe doing mini launches,
Mhm.
but I would call them like stock dates, like mini stock dates, because I might run out of stock because I did so well in my marketing and everybody wants my product on launch day, and you know, now I need to do weekly stock dates. You know,
Exactly. Mhm.
so it doesn't stop. Like once the launch happens, it doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't. Exactly. You know, we can't just say, "Oh, you know, it's out there, and now I can forget it, and let's just see what happens." It's like, it's not that simple. It's
No.
not that simple, and that actually leads us into the last phase, which I was talking about. How phase 3 is important. This is probably one of the most important phases. I know they're all important, but this one, I mean, this one is incredibly important. This is the enrichment, expansion, momentum phase, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Or if you want to call it, what is that word? Maintenance.
Maintenance.
You can call it your maintenance phase too.
There you go.
Maintenance to me is kind of mediocre. I like the expansion part of it because you're building off of momentum. You're building off of that original, that baseline that you created in the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this is for like as far as physical product goes. This could be, you know, adding to like maybe adding a different item to your you know, a different product line or something, whatever. Right. So like, for example, if you like in the beauty industry, if you do soaps and that's the product that you first launched with, and the next thing you want to do is, I don't know, Seth, help me out. Lip gloss. Let's do lip gloss, okay? Because that's
lip gloss, yeah.
So then you want to do, so that would be part of your expansion phase, right? Where you're building on a different product into your business.
Exactly.
And that's physical. So
right, exactly. So this is where, you know, that really happens. Now for, you know, in digital product world, you know, inside of, you know, my academy and everything, you know, just having, you know, the different courses and everything inside of, you know, here, and then maybe if you weren't actually inside of, you know, a digital, you know, academy or something, if you just had, you know, just one product, the enrichment expansion, you could then start adding on and making it, you know, about, you know, different types of content. You know, you could add on, you know, a different form of content medium, you know, as a separate product, you know. It's always another good thing to remember as well, you know, when you're, you know, delivering content, you're doing anything, you know, people learn and people consume information, you know, in different ways. You know, it can be written, you know, video, audio, whatever, you know. So it's important, you know, to, you know, be kind of, you know, expanding, you know, your content mediums. So, but yeah, so these are the main 4 phases, the 2021 vision phases that we wanted to talk about today. You know, the phase 1 is preparation. Okay. Phase 2 is that pre-action phase. Phase 3 is the action. Okay. Phase 4 is actually the enrichment, expansion, momentum, or maintenance phase. Okay. Now, again, these are going to be different for everybody depending on what business model you have, depending on, you know, if you have, you know, physical products, digital products, if you have an e-commerce store, whatever it is. If you're in affiliate marketing, okay, it's also going to be different as well. You know, if you're doing affiliate products, okay. So it's going to be different for everybody. But again, these are the vision phases, you know, that we were talking about, you know, for the purposes of this video today, to kind of give you a little bit of an example for you. All right. So
can I jump into something really quickly as well? I want to share something. You know, when we talk about prep phase and pre-launch phase, obviously we're not making money during these phases.
Exactly.
And there's a possibility that you're not making very much money on those products because they haven't been launched yet. right? So this is, this is a time, this, like I say, the first phase definitely needs to be like we're talking about. We're building, or maybe even building investment money towards phase 2. So yeah, you're getting clear on your debts and things. Maybe you have a job that you're in, or maybe you do a different type of you bring in income to a different way, but it's not towards this part of the business quite yet. So this is a great phase to be able to build the funds for your pre-launch and then your launch, and moving forward. So sorry, I just had to kind of throw that in there. I was just thinking.
Oh no, it's wonderful. Yeah, definitely. So,
make a spreadsheet for yourself. I have a spreadsheet that I have for my phases, and believe it or not, I know it's not a Word document. It's a sheet. It's a Google sheet, but it has in each column, there's columns and there's cells in there, and each one tells me like where what I'm going to be doing on that specific day in that month. So it's used as a guide.
Right, definitely.
Use a calendar to help you out with that as well. But there's some really good programs out there that are free that you can use to help you with your launches. So.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's always good to plan. It's always good to map stuff out. Using mind maps, using planners, all of that. It's always great to to have something tangible in front of you. So that you get a clear picture, again, a clear vision on what you want to do.
Absolutely. Write it out. And it's always best to write it out. I mean, we have computers and things, and we can type things and put things in our computerized calendar, which is great. But it's also always best to use your own handwriting, because what it does, it connects your brain to the paper. And you remember things better when you actually are writing down your own stuff, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it really does.
So get yourself a paper calendar. Get yourself a digital calendar that you can use. Maybe you're a stylist or whatever, like I do. But you can. It's okay to use to type out your information on a calendar like Google Calendar, but also use a physical calendar as well. So your planner.
Definitely. Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with doing, do it. Pretty much.
But do it.
Exactly, and do it. Okay.
Yeah. So you can plan until all the way through next year, but you got to take action on that plan for sure.
Exactly. So, it's not enough just to have a plan and write it out. You actually have to take action on it.
Definitely.
Okay. And whatever phase you're in, the prep phase, pre-action, action, the phase 4 with the enrichment expansion. And again, as we talked about, each of these phases is going to look different for every single person. Okay, so that's something to take into consideration. But as long as you take action on each phase. Okay, you have a dream, you have a vision for yourself, take action on it. Right? Get out of that comfort zone and take action on it.
Absolutely.
All right. So, Christy, any final thoughts before we wrap up this training for today?
Well, I guess one of those thoughts was to like planning for it, of course.
Yeah.
Start today, because we are on the 29th of December.
I know it.
Friday, right? Yeah. You've got 4 days to what, right? Am I right? You have 4 days to plan your whole year.
I know.
Yeah. You can do it. You can take and break it down, chunk it up. Well, that sounds kind of weird, chunk it up, but put it, section it out.
Exactly.
You can do 3 months at a time for 4 phases.
Right.
And put everything that you're going to do within those sections.
Exactly.
And you might not have a day-to-day, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you fill it in, and you can fill it in as you go, but at least put some good checkpoints inside of each of those phases. Right. This is when I'm going to do this. This is when I'm going to do this. This is when I'm going to do this.
Exactly.
When is a bill due? Put that in there. Okay, so when the bill is due, I'm going to have X, Y, and Z amount of money already paid towards that credit card or whatever it is. That's phase 1.
Right.
phase 2 could be, okay, when is my pre-launch going to be, and put that into your, you know what I mean? So just plan it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you go buy it. So that's my last tip today.
Awesome. I appreciate. Yes, it's wonderful. Wonderful final thoughts. Yeah, I would always just say, just always continue to take massive action on whatever your visions are, whatever your goal is, whatever your visions are. Definitely always continue to take action, but figure out a way to stay organized. Okay, whether, as I talked about, using a planner, using a style, using whatever. Okay, figure out a way to stay organized on this, and also stay motivated and focused on it. All right.
Right.
So that'll about wrap it up for this video. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. If you are here live, if you're here during a replay as well, definitely appreciate it for everyone. This will probably be our last video here of 2020. Oh wow. Okay. So we will see you guys. I'll see you next year. I had an appointment on Monday, and after the appointment, the woman I was talking to, she said, "So I'll see you next year." I'm like, "Whoa, that's only next week." It's crazy to think. It's crazy to think about, But and I know, Christy, you have something to say that you always say at the end of your videos. So.
Oh yeah. So always be blessed, focused, and productive. And like we were talking about, this is the end of the year, but we need to really prep for next year and continue to be blessed, focused, and productive.
Definitely. And I always say, guys, stay positive, stay motivated, and stay focused on your big dreams and goals. Make your dreams and goals for 2021 as big as ever. Okay. And yes, they may be scary, but it's important to get out of that comfort zone. You want your dreams and goals to be big and scary. Okay. So they will motivate you to take yourself to the next level.
That's
so
right.
What is that quote? If you're not growing, you're dying. What is that?
That's it.
If you're not growing, you're dying. Okay. Continue to grow. All right. So that'll about wrap it up for us. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And we will see you all in 2021. Peace, guys.
Bye, everyone.